Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Officer who shot an unarmed 18-year-old has been awarded with a pay raise.
And this shouldn't be a shock to us. Why shouldn't this be a shock to us? Once again, I'm going back to the roots of this empire. First of all, let's start with the one that the founding fathers, Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin. Did they not have slaves? They got statues 20 feet tall to them in Washington, D.C. You think that they even thinking about bringing them statues down or any embarrassment of them statues? And not to mention all the so-called Gadites that they killed, all the North American Indians that them white men killed and poisoned with smallpox and different diseases. They melt statues to their killers. And then where is this whole idea that the majority, you hear this on every news story, the majority of police officers are good cops. Well, excuse me, but I remember the stories that my grandparents told me from the 30s about how the main way they was killing black people was using the cops, especially in the South. The Ku Klux Klan was the cops. The cops arrest you, put you in the jail. The Klan come and take you out the jail, take you in the woods and lynch you. They did everything through the cops. They did everything through their own law enforcement. The law enforcement got a legacy of killing us, man. I'm gonna come to the story. I know I'm on my soapbox a little bit, but I'm gonna come to the story in a second because I got to at least give you the background because this, once again, I'm on a big brainwashing kick lately. And this whole brainwash, every little news story, the majority of police officers are good cops. Majority of police officers go try to just do their job and go home safe. That's a lie. The majority of police officers are killers, murderers, drug dealers, stick-up kids, and above all, the Ku Klux Klan in a blue suit. That's the majority of cops. There's very few of them who are against that spirit, or at least willing, forget about having enough strength to say, yo, we ain't gonna do that. Like the brothers that came out of them forces, them police forces that came into the truth, they was having problems with them cops. They had to stop them cops from trying to kill every black man they could get their hands on. White people joined the police force for the sole purpose of having the power and the authority to abuse you. What good would it be to be a police officer when you got to respect the people that you policing? You think a cop wanted, he pulling over a car, he highway patrol. You think he want every car he pull over to go, good afternoon, sir. Can I have your license, registration, and insurance card? Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your license, registration, and insurance card? Oh, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your You think he want to do that all day? No, he joining the police force not for that. He joining the police force for get over here. That's what he joining for. He joining to crack heads. And this is why the white man gonna be put in chains, because he's in heaven now. Because here's what's heavenly. Heavenly is to have a people that you can abuse with no retribution. There are people that you don't even have to have no empathy for. You don't even have to like them. They're so different from you that you could abuse them and be loved for abusing. Like, that's heaven. I mean, you know, it's the dark side, but it's heaven. You understand? And that's what they want. Go ahead and read it, Maya, please.
An NYPD officer who shot a New York teen to death is now smiling all the way to the bank after receiving enormous pay raises, a move that has upset the teen's parents. The parents are also not happy with how the case is dragging without coming to any logical conclusion.
So, right, it's no conclusion in the case, but his pay raise going through the roof. Go ahead.
The year 2015 became a good one for Officer Richard Hayes after seeing his earnings hit a handsome 88,000 plus.
88 G's for murdering us. Come on now, you can't get better than that. You get a gun, you get the law on your side, you get to beat black people up all day long, and Lord knows what else. I know when I was growing up, brother, them cops was selling dope up there in the Bronx, running crews. They would stick up kids, bank robbers. You know what I mean? They was doing all manner of dirt. And I'm sure it's still going on. It's probably twice as sophisticated now. They probably behind half the electronic stealing and all that stuff. Go in there and get your ATM card, swipe it, pass it to their boy while they searching the house. Nah, he's got nothing. Let him go. You know what I mean? Go in your wallet, swipe all your cards. And then I heard they got them old fake antennas up. You heard about that? They got them fake antennas up where now when your phone passes the antenna, they scan all your information out of your phone and you think it's a cell tower when meanwhile it's them. Go ahead. So they, you know, gangsters. Go ahead.
That amounts to $25,000 in raises during the period after he shot Ramarley Graham. The Bronx shooting generated some fierce criticism, and Hayes was reassigned to desk duty. He currently works at the NYPD's motor fleet division, fixing cars.
So he fixes the cars now. He can sit back, 88,000, turning wrenches. 88 G's after murdering us. Our blood means something to the Lord. And listen, when you go back, and that's why Christians can't understand the Bible. Because Christians open up the Bible and they see what the Lord did to ancient Egypt by the hand of Moses. And to them, it messes up their mind. It messes up their mind because the illusion that they have about God is that God is an all-loving God. And he is an all-loving God. But he ain't an unjust God. He's a just power. And they don't understand the justice that came down on Egypt and other nations for the evil that was done to them. But we getting close to the end. The more black people cry out, the more they cry out to the Lord, the more we suffer, the more we want some justice, the more we cry to the Most High, the more we're going to be willing to hear the prophets of the Lord. And boy, when they start to hear these prophets of the I.S.U.P.K, the direction of black people going to turn in such a different way. The white man going to be shocked. He's going to be shocked for two reasons. One, he's going to be shocked because crime and drug dealing is going to be eliminated. That's going to shock him in itself. Then he's going to be doubly shocked because he's going to see that black people are organized. They're going to start coming together and listening to the words of the Most High and doing what the Lord said. And the white man is going to be just like it says in the book of Egypt. In the book of Exodus, they was vexed by the children of Israel. It vexed their soul. We vexed their soul. Like they robbed the earth and could be in heaven in America if not for us. Like if not for us, America would be heaven for them. And it vexes their soul. And it is because the Lord is about to destroy this place in global thermonuclear war. Go ahead, Maya.
Patrolmen's Benevolent Association spokesperson Al O'Leary clarified that Hayes' earnings have automatically gone up as a result of his long service in the force.
Right, yeah, right. Long service in the force, my foot. You kill black people and you become a hero. You see Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump started talking from the gate. He started talking about putting up a border. He wasn't worrying about economy. He wasn't worrying about war. None of that. From the gate, he said, I'll put up a border. I'm going to cut all them off. Some people you hate, I'm going to get rid of all of them. He went straight to the top. He's been at the top ever since. Now he's coming for Hillary. Now he's coming for her. Why? Because they hate works for them. And brother, we had better find the love of us without them to get us where the hell we need to be. Go ahead, Mike.
Hayes shot Graham during an incident in which officers followed Graham to his house after allegedly seeing him partake in a drug deal.
Wait a minute. Allegedly seen him, which is so easy for them to do. And brother, the cameras, thank Yahweh for all these cameras, because the cameras showing how dirty these cops are, man. Right. I mean, they beating up Jakes, assaulting Jakes, and putting brother charges on brothers out. There are major charges. Cops beat you up and then charge you for assaulting a cop. That's major charges, man. Okay? Cops shoot you 3 times and then say you shot them or pull the gun on them. Okay? And brother, then you taking big charges. That's why the jails is full right now. And let me tell you something, man. And they comes together. Like they talk about that blue wall of silence. And here's what's so dumb and stupid about us. And these dirty, stinking, dumb Christian leaders. Christian leaders think we should all be together in one rainbow, in one melting pot, right? But the police force ain't together in one melting pot. They together with themselves. They got the blue wall of silence. They back each other. That's why this guy getting $80,000 a year. He getting $80,000 a year after murdering us because they done came together. Why don't we come together as a nation and do what we need to do to help our nation go forward? And do what we need to do to see our nation rise up above this horrible nightmare we've been in for 400 years, okay? And see what the Lord will do with us. We supposed to come together, man. Them cameras, brother, them cameras are the bomb, because them cameras are showing just how dirty. They showing reality. Remember, they used to love to have a camera when they was catching us. They said the videotape doesn't lie. Right? The videotape doesn't lie. Now we get the videotape and they say, well, the videotape don't show exactly what you think. Like they treat us like a silly woman in the club. You go in the club with a stack with 100 on the top and all singles underneath. You understand? And to a silly woman, you got money. You know what I mean? She believe the hype. They treat us like that silly woman. They treat us like that silly woman. Well, brother, we not to be a silly woman no more. We to be wise, both our women and men. We are to be wise now. And them cameras is now showing the real deal. And thank the Lord, because this will move us to where we need to be to start to get away from these people. I'm going to take a quick break. Go ahead, my Salah.
The officers claimed that Graham ran home to escape the arrest. Surveillance recordings, however, show Graham walking composedly to his home and locking the door behind him. Officers followed him to his house, kicked down his door, and shot him, suspecting that he might have been armed. On the contrary, a search on him and of the house revealed that Graham, 18, didn't have any firearm at the time. Graham's mother...
assassination.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Graham's mother hasn't been happy with the slow pace in which the case is progressing.
Right. So now they know they got it. Just like this recent case that happened in the Midwest. They waited a year till they let the tape out, the video cam on the car. Remember the one with the brother with the knife? Chicago, is it Chicago? He had the knife. They waited a year before they let that tape out. Black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native man, Native woman, you better wake up and open your eyes. That's why, once again, I.S.U.P.K, it's been a protocol in the school since the 80s to have video cameras in our camps to record all kinds of. I remember back in the 90s in Baltimore, one of the early cop shootings, a brother came out half the range, had a knife in his hand, had it down. Cops came up, pulled their guns out, waited about 2 minutes, told them, put the knife down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. He didn't even move. And they opened fire and lit him up, brother, right in front of the camp. And that ain't the only incident. We see many incidents like that. But having them cameras in that camp is what catches a lot of the nonsense that they would try to turn around and twist the other way. And not only the cops, white people do it all the time. This is the evilest people that you ever ran into on the face of this earth. Now, I'm going to take a break. Oh, yeah, let's get that. They recently came out with it once again. When a white man pull a gun, that white man, where was that at where that white man shot up the Planned Parenthood? Was that Colorado? Colorado, the white man, brother, shot the cops, blew them away. I think he killed a couple cops, didn't he? He blew the cops away, brother. He shut the whole town down over there in Colorado with assault rifles and everything, and walks out unharmed, unscathed, unbruised. They ain't tackle him and sit on his chest and suffocate him to death. You understand? He come out, he out walking upright, you know what I mean? Normal, breathing normal. You understand? But you sell an illegal cigarette on the corner and you lose your life like Eric Gardner, you get choked to death. But a white man pull out an assault rifle, brother, he can shoot up the city and walk out of there. Don't tell me it ain't no double standard. And here's why, brother, it'll never be resolved for this reason. Because you can't, unless the white man comes up with a pill that black people can take to turn them white, this will never end. Now, if he come out with a pill, you pop that pill, and you got to turn lily white, your hair got to be straight, you know what I mean? The last, you know what I mean? You gonna, even Kadazar, you ain't light enough, Kadazar. You ain't gonna cut the mustard, brother. You won't make the club. You won't make the white club. You too black. Let me tell you something, like they will never, unless a white man can do that, you're gonna have to be blonde hair, blue eyes, white before this white man will stop that agenda. And since he's not able to do that, brother, you had better realize the real facts, that a police officer sees you as black and handles you in that manner. Right. Give it to me, my aunt, please. You on me, Sock, or you on me? Nah, you okay? You just cute. You want to go video first or story first? Go ahead. Go story first.
Beleaguered Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel has called for the reform after a police officer arriving at the scene of a domestic disturbance fatally shot 2 people, including a 55-year-old mother of 5, who authorities said was accidentally struck and tragically killed.
Right, that's how they blaze. Like now, all that old police training ain't helping nobody. 55-year-old mother blows her away. And let me tell you something else. This is a wake-up call for you black women, black people, period. You're gonna have to come. Let me tell you your future. Let me tell you the future. In the future, you're not gonna be picking up the phone calling 911. In the future, you're gonna have a walkie-talkie in your house. And you're gonna pick up that walkie-talkie and you're gonna say, I need the brothers from the I.S.U.P.K. We having a domestic disturbance. And you're gonna put that walkie-talkie down, and some brothers is gonna roll up on that door, doom, 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 and nobody's going to end up dead. Because they're gonna go in there with the real purpose of preserving life. Not with it written on the side of the patrol car, but shooting every week in the range, waiting on the golden opportunity to blow a black man away. That ain't gonna be who comes in the door that day. That's a wake-up call for black people. Once again, you can say what you want to say, but every single thing that I have put down in the I.S.U.P.K. would have saved countless numbers of lives in the black community. Would have saved countless numbers of lives. The whole entire structures of laws in the Bible would have changed the course of black America, and still can and will eventually, because the path we on now is bound to bring us to the point where, like this, you about to see in this video I'm gonna play, where we gonna get to the point where we have no more hope. And that is good for us, because right now we had hope with Barack Obama, and that hope lasted 8 years. You Christian, you dirty, stinking Christian. You had your head up, black people going to jail, black people losing their money, losing their jobs, the housing scandal, they robbed every black person of their houses. And you Christians with your pretty clothes on, every Sunday marching in the church with the president that you put in office, that sent billions overseas, cut deals with terrorist Iran, cut deal back in Turkey, who's selling the oil for ISIS, went and backed all these empires and left you starving in the ghetto. Christians, brother, whoo. You Christians, you should be labeled the terrorists of black people. You should get, because you are diabolically evil in the agendas of your leaders. And let me tell you, and that is exactly what they did with Barack Obama. And we paid the price of false hope. But thanks be to the Lord, that hope is getting sucked out. We get that hope getting sucked. That's right, big up to the Most High. That hope is getting sucked out of the black community. And what's going to happen is we're going to search and seek the Most High out. So you got more? Or you want to go to the tape? Go to the tape. Let's go. Stop it, please.
Love those children that you shot down. He also loves you. And if you're afraid of these streets to the point that you got to shoot first, you need to turn your badge in. That's right. Because it don't make any sense. God loves those children. He also loves you. If you try to...
See, that's the problem. First of all, it's, make no mistake, our ego tell us that the cops shooting because they fear us. And to some degree, that's true. Anybody going in any dangerous situation, you're going to have some level of adrenaline in your blood. But what is not understood is they want to murder us. You understand that these is guys that's coming back from war and then watch their buddies get blown up by IADs. Done got, been eating sand for a year. Now they come back to America. You think they want to get on the police force to protect and serve? Are you kidding me? They want to get on the police force to finish what they couldn't finish in Iraq, in Afghanistan. They want to finish that off. A lot of them longtime cops was in World War II, Vietnam, Korea. They want to finish what they started, and they finish it on you. And here's the brainwashing we got. Do you think that the white man see you and an Arab and think it's two different people? He ain't looking at, oh, these the Arabs, these is black people. You just another dark race that he would like to wipe off the face of the earth. Go ahead, give me some more.
Pray before you come on these streets. The God I serve, the God I serve will protect you.
Stop again. We got the part where she crying out. Oh, that's a different take. No, that's the same one. Okay, go, because you'll scare me in a minute. But let me say this. Let me just say this. That once again, that God that they serve is Satan. That God that they serve is why we getting killed.
From the wicked.
That God, that's right. That God that they serve, brothers and sisters, is why we being killed. Give me Lamentations 1 and 4 real quick. That God that they serve, love them and hate us. That's the God that they serve. And let me tell you something. White people get killed and never bring up God. White people get killed by us. They don't never bring up God love you, we forgive you, like them fools did in South Carolina. Huh? Right, God, right, there you go. Like they don't never bring that up. They don't bring none of that up. Somebody kill them, they bring up one thing. They want justice. Right or wrong? I want justice. That's what they call for. Brother, we better wake up, man. We better wake up and totally divest our spirit from this evil place. And brother, you're going to see the Lord do something amazing with us. Damn right. Big it up every time. All right. Go ahead with it if you could, Sako. If you need a minute, let me know. You ready, or you want me to go ahead? Hold
your ways and seek my face. I would heal the land. He didn't say he'll heal the body. No, but when he talked about healing,
she out of her damn mind. She all right. But wait a minute, there's a part where she said, why you gotta shoot? Is this her? That says, why you gotta shoot and ask questions later. Y'all see that one? Okay, don't even worry about it, man. We're gonna get these video things in. Cyber doing an amazing job. We hit them with everything at the last minute. Big up the Cyber just check further. Yeah, see if you find out, come back to it. Because it was some crying out that she did on this video. But once again, she peppering it with the God of this place. And brother, the God of this place, that white Jesus, no matter, listen, they done took the white picture out of the churches. But that white Jesus is a religion. That's right. And it is the religion she's following. Right. It is the religion of how you gonna have a nation, which is so, this is so dumb. How you gonna have a nation that's murdering you, and your God say love them because they murdering you, and how do you ever expect them to stop murdering you? Like when Christ said love them that hate you, turn the other cheek, he wasn't talking about them other nations.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he knew if you love the nation that's killing you, he's gonna keep killing you. Like why didn't, if that was the case, why didn't the Lord say love the Egyptians while they was killing you? Why he didn't say love the Babylonians while they was killing you?
Right.
Why he didn't say those things? Why did he say, why is Christ coming back to bring a bloodbath in the earth then? Because that is not what the Bible is talking about. That's what that God is talking about. They God, listen, let me tell you how they God work. They God work, if you black, forgive them and love them. If you white, you kill every black person that you want to kill for whatever reason you decide to do it. That's their God. That ain't the God of black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people. That ain't the God of the Bible. That's the girl I want. Give me that. That other old fool. She's gonna get more people killed. This is now listen. Now that other one was talking that garbage. That other one was talking that garbage. Now you're gonna see a woman that really is hurt over this thing. And when you really, really hurt over this, you ain't on no Christian agenda.
Right.
Because that Christian agenda is a lie. The psychological damage on them people in South Carolina in them churches right now, brother, is horrific. And here's what's so here's why you cannot be that way. And one, it's not biblical. And two, this is the Lord's chosen people, and they special to the Lord. You're supposed to be speaking up when they get killed. That's number two. And number three, you can't never have a functioning people when the functioning people can never have justice for the evil being done to them.
Right.
Brother, we better wake up and find our identity. Go ahead, Al.
When do it come to an end? I mean, when do we get answers? I mean, like she said, what happened to tasers?
Stop that.
7 times, Mom.
You see that? This is where we had to get you. This is, you see, it ain't now Jesus, all that Jesus talk gone now. Where we get answers from. That Bible that they reading the Bible, but they ain't getting no answers out the Bible. They going to church, but they ain't getting no answers in the church. They going to their preachers, they imams, but they ain't getting no answers. This is where we gonna have to go before we decide to turn around and start to fix our people. Because now this is a woman talking with no hope. That's why her voice low. This is a woman now that done lost her hope. And brother, we should lose our hope in this place. The minute we lose our hope, like any man, if a tornado come, which we're gonna talk about tonight, Lord allow, but tornado come and wipe your house out and you got nothing left, then you're gonna start to think how to help yourself. But if you got a shelter somewhere and then you got hope that you'll be taken care of in that shelter, you're gonna make a trek over to that shelter. Right. Well, that's what America been to us. America been a false homeless shelter. And we've been walking to that homeless shelter trying to get help in a place that is not built to help us. We was brought here to be slaves for breaking the Lord's law. We done broke the law. We got enslaved. Slavery is over. Now it's time for us to not put hope in the slave master's quarter, but to put our hope in the Lord and turn away from the slave master. And that's what we're supposed to do now. And as we pull out of it, watch how amazing black people gonna be in the near future. Black people gonna come out with inventions you never believed that they would have come out with. Black people gonna be feeding, they're gonna be so innovative, you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna walk down the street, brother, and you're gonna see 3 black women's houses, and you're gonna smell the food from the minute you hit the block. And you're gonna see lines of black men lined up eating out of that house. And as you get closer to that house, you're gonna look across the street at the Chinese restaurant, and the Chinese restaurant gonna be closed. And you're gonna say in your subconscious, you're gonna say, well, the food must be cheaper over here because Chinese restaurant done closed down. And you're gonna walk up to them brothers and say, man, how much is the food? And they're gonna say, no, brother, it's free, man, for all the brothers and sisters. And tears gonna run down your eye because you're gonna find out that hope is in the children of God. That's right. Christ said this, the kingdom of heaven is within you, right? That's right. And brother, we better look inside us and stop looking at this pig that's been ruling over us. That's right. We better look inside our gut and look at our condition, man. So let's get this sister with no hope. Come on with us, son.
Son was shot, and one in the buttocks. That showed that he was turning away. He was turning away. But I got to turn today with him, and I have to be there.
Stop that tape, please. Did you hear what she said? Now, she didn't say, I'm going to love you and turn up G. She said, I got to turn today on him. Yeah, like I know, because she know, dumb old, you know, I.S.U.P.K, and he you know, his agents is sitting in the wing. That's them back there in the wings with them suits on, waiting to gobble up on the story, waiting to, you know, the money, the lawsuit, the steak dinner is in their mouth. They taste it already, but she don't want to go by there, Jim, because she losing hope. And brother, this is what I know it sounds sad. Why we need to be so? We need that because that's what Christ is requiring. He's requiring that we go to this point and turn to the Lord. He's going to bring us, and listen, and if we don't do it, damn right, pick up the both sides. And if we don't do it, brother, he's going to take us down even further. He's going to take us down. While you watching Empire, basketball wise, love and hip hop, he's going to take us down and down and down. You better get that fantasy out your mind. Them old nasty hoes on them yachts, and them old nasty hoes going to going to a vacation, living life, living the wonderful American life with great drinks, great food, and wonderful clothes. You had better get that out of your mind fast, because it is the brainwashing that keeps your hope in this place. And you had better run from the brainwashing and get your hope out of this place so that you can serve the Lord. And this is how, and if he have to, the Most High is a terrible power. If he have to, he will make you suffer like he did with the children of Israel. He told Moses, I have heard the cry of the children of Israel. Right. Now that's something. A nation crying on to him made him have to turn and do something. Yeah. Brother, that's what he's going to bring us to if we don't stop this evil. Go ahead. Excuse me.
This needs to stop. No mother should have to bury her child.
You know, Christmas night, this is a loving family. Betty was a loving person that loved music and loved church.
Can you get back to this?
The night of Christmas, outside, open the door and be shot down by a police officer. The climate of Chicago, they should have expressed, we do not want to wake up. The family does not want to wake up.
It was still good, though. But, brother, you hear the other part when she started wailing over this thing.
Up the news like this.
That's all right. We see if we get. I know we hit you at the last minute. We always hit you. Don't even worry about it. Let me tell you something, bro. And there's another part, brother, when she gets to wailing about this suffering that she's going through. No, that's not it. No, that's
this is a story about doers.
You catch it. Like she gets to wailing about what she done went through. And brother, it's a lesson for us. You cannot call the white man. You cannot get involved in that no more. We got to start now to fix us, which means we're going to be the new police force. We're going to be the new judge and prosecutor. You understand? That's what we did. That's why we had judges in Israel. When we got out of Egypt and was trying to establish ourselves as a nation, we had to have judges sitting over the top of us. Why do we have to have judges? Because we was lawless coming out of that wreck. So we had to have the judges to come and tell us, no, this is right, this is wrong. This is the way we should do this, this is wrong. You know, and start to fix us as a people, because we was not getting fixed in Egypt. And we're not going to be fixed as a people in America unless we walk in America exactly the way Christ said to walk. And what did Christ say to do? He said, love not the world, nor the things in the world. For the love of this world is enmity with the Father. Then he came back in Revelation with John the Revelator and said, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sin. You got to be in America in a spirit that this is not your rest. This is not where you belong. This is not your empire. This is, you ain't got no future here. You know what the future of this place is? Global thermonuclear war. That's right. And a whole lot of other plagues. Go ask the people. That's right. Big up the Most High. Listen, ask the people that's having that's suffering tornadoes all throughout the Midwest. Okay? That's what the future of this place is, man. Future of this place is war on the streets of America, man. That's the future of this evil empire. And brother, our future is one of two futures. You could have the future where you separate from this place, build your people up, do all the right things with your people, and resurrect a beautiful society under Christ. Or you could have agenda 2, where you join America and you be a homosexual, a drug dealer, a murderer, a killer, where you be a part of their Edomite political structure, or a law enforcement officer out to harm and hurt the Lord's people, or be whatever it is that they ask you to be to help further their evil agenda. You could be one or the two. You can't be both. And if you choose to be the latter, then the Lord help you, because you're going to die in this place in the rest of this war. This is not a game. We at the end. Black people is dying on the streets, and the cry of Jerusalem has gone up. Go ahead and read it for me, y'all.
Lamentations 1:4. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast.
Right. They mourn because none come to the solemn feast. And that's more than just because nobody come to a ceremony. When they say that none come to the solemn feast, meaning don't nobody carry on this agenda that come from the Lord. Don't nobody pick up this mantle that Christ called us to pick up. Don't nobody want to be hated by America. America is the biggest and most powerful empire in the world. You think black men want to be hated by America? You think they want to be persecuted? You think you black people, Hebrew Israelites, want to be known as racist and all these different things? But that's a mantle you got to pick up. Christ said, let a man pick up his cross and follow me. That's a mantle you got to pick up. And it's a righteous mantle. It's an honorable mantle. It's a great mantle. Okay? And he said, many are called and few are chosen. Right. He said, I chose you. You didn't choose me. This mantle Christ given us ain't no small thing. Right. Ain't no small thing. Any black man that love his children better serve Christ. And why do I say that? Because Christ giving out crowns. And here's what's special about his crown. Your son gonna have his crown. Your son's son gonna have that crown. Your son, it'll be 10,000 years. And that gold and diamond crown that was on your head, 10,000 years from then, gonna be pulled out of a cabinet somewhere when your son turns 12 or 13 or whatever it is, and they're gonna put that old 10,000-year-old crown made of gold, looking like a relic. They're gonna sit it on top of his head 10,000 years later. Because the scriptures say his kingdom is forever and ever and ever. And there is no end.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence, because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time.